Good evening, fellow patrons. In today's video, I am breaking down the Totenreich Boss Fight yet again, but this time we take the battle to Dravakar at round 100. Since my last boss fight guide, I have been able to hone in on my previous strategy, making it much easier than before. I have a new and improved loadout as well as a few simple tricks that I know you guys are sleeping on. I have many more useful tips and tactics that will help you guys secure victory and earn a brand new Dark Ops calling card, Deicide. Without further ado, let's run it. As you can see, the first tweak of my previous strategy is the loadout weapon. The Ion Sniper Rifle has made quite a bit of noise over the last few days, and for good reason. I was a bit hesitant to ditch the MP40 for the Ion because a lot of the videos I saw showcasing this sniper were played in the Cursed game mode. I have nothing against Cursed, but I never play it as I believe Standard is a much more difficult game mode. Anyways, I did not know if the Ion would still be effective without Tier 4 Pack-a-Punch. Well, it is. This thing hits like a truck. The automatic 3-round bursts make the fire rate more than adequate, and with the right augments, which I will get to momentarily, critical shots can reach into the 7,000s. There is not really any essential attachments for the Ion, but I would stay away from the Prestige attachment and the damage barrel. This build focuses on handling an ADS speed, which is very beneficial for a heavy weapon like the Ion. In the second slot, you want the Ray Gun Mark II. This weapon has very high critical damage and can be used in Last Stand to activate equivalent exchange if you go down. If you're down to only a self-revive, you can unload all of the ammo before reviving yourself. This is a very likely scenario you may find yourself in during the final phase of the fight. And of course, the M1911s are going to be how you eliminate hordes of zombies in the arena. I would recommend the Lightmend ammo mod so you can get an overcharge on your HP. Here is a video of all the augments I ran for this boss fight. Double Impact is really the only essential augment to have equipped in order to inflict as much damage to Dravakar as possible. With weaponry and perks out of the way, we can now get into the tactics of the first phase. This honestly may be the most difficult out of the 3 phases, mainly because of the super sprinters. It's essentially a boat race to eliminate all 4 critical areas on Dravakar before he walks away into the fog. Failure to destroy any of the critical areas in a timely manner will result in Dravakar freezing a third of the arena. This is survivable, but your armor will be obliterated, and it will make the later phases much more difficult. The super sprinters make shooting these red critical areas extremely treacherous. If you don't have a clear plan on how you are going to buy yourself enough time to shoot each crit spot safely, you are most likely going to go down. There's 2 safe and effective ways to go about buying yourself this time. If you prefer to load in with Casimirs, deploy one as soon as you see the crit spot on Dravakar appear. The activation period of the Casimir should buy you enough time to inflict enough damage on the first 2 crit spots if you are using the Ion. The last 2 crit spots are a bit tougher to eliminate, but if you find your damage output lagging behind, this is the time you should use your minigun. If you prefer to load in with stim shots like myself, you will need to make sure you have 2 full charges of Ether Shroud prior to entering the boss fight. This is where the old C4 trick comes in clutch. Prior to entering the boss fight, place 3 C4s on these power-ups.
C4 prime.
Max armor.
C4 out.
Full power.
Arming C4 charge.
As long as you do not prematurely detonate the C4, this trick can bail you out of a lot of precarious situations in this boss fight. For the next 2 crit spots, use a charge of Ether Shroud for each. Again, don't be afraid to take out your minigun if you need a damage boost. From my experience, eliminating the 4th crit spot is one of the most challenging tasks of this fight because you have depleted a lot of your resources up until this point. I find the second phase of this fight extremely frustrating because I am pathetic at accurately throwing frag grenades. However, this phase is much easier than the first, due to the fact there are no more super sprinters and you do not have to worry about Dravakar freezing portions of the arena. The ice heads are immune to damage until you are able to accurately place an explosive or charged wonder weapon shot into the mouth of each head. This phase is a great opportunity to charge your field upgrade, so don't be in a hurry to finish it. Once the first head is eliminated, Dravakar will re-enter the arena and he will freeze nearly half of it. Make your way to the unfrozen portion and find cover as Dravakar will start launching runes at your location. Find opening in his attacks and inflict as much damage to his crit spots as possible. You have exactly 60 seconds from the time Dravakar summons the freeze to when he becomes immune. At this point, you will re-engage with 2 more frozen ice heads. If you inflict enough damage to Dravakar during these intermission periods, you will be able to forego a 3rd ice head phase. The main key to finding success in this phase is patience and steering clear from getting too close to the frozen heads. If you get too close, the ice heads will summon large blocks of ice that shoot up from the ground. If you are hit by one of these blocks, you will lose all of your armor. Spam the M1911s heavily so you can charge up your field upgrade and restock your armor plates. Your goal should be to have at least one of your gobblegums saved for the final 3rd phase. Upon entering the 3rd phase, pop a raindrops if you have one, as there will be zombies in the center of the arena with you. If you do not have raindrops, you will need to save Casimirs to deal with zombies so you can focus on Dravakar. The rune attacks return here, but they hit harder and demand cleaner movement. Here's how I handle them. Against the V patterns, strafe left and right. Against the S patterns, stay mostly still at first because they lock onto your position and then strike. Against the N or H style rune, stay mobile because it is more random. Use corners and cover whenever you need to reset. If you have a self-revive and at least 1 charge of equivalent exchange left, your chances of victory are extremely high. I hope you guys found this video useful. Please subscribe to the channel for more high round guides like this one. I'll see you in the next one. JJet out.